So this is video 94, and it took me some time to finish the bouquet, which I made of beads. I bought a bouquet, or I bought a set of beads with the scheme, with the beads for each of the flowers. A chamomile, three chamomiles, 2 bluebells, and 5 carnations. So 3 plus 2 plus 4, 9 flowers. The odd number of flowers. Yeah, but when I in the process of creating this bouquet, I understood that it's too hard to create all the flowers, and it was not really fun because the chamomile was the worst flower. It had the two levels. The first one consisted of 6 petals, and the lower level consisted of 6 petals, and the upper level consisted of 6 petals. And then I put these levels together, and it was kind of the feeling that not all the petals are on the same level, more like the real chamomile. But in the end, I didn't feel much satisfaction with this stuff, and each petal took me some time to create it, and the process itself was quite boring, because each petal consisted of 9 rows with 2 beads in a row. So just making these rectangles from the beads, and then putting this all together. So the chamomile was really a frustrating experience to create, but I finished it, and I wasn't going for the next 2 chamomiles. But the bluebell was quite good, because the petals and these sides were quite interesting. They were of different width. So in the end, I had fun doing this stuff, and the bluebell was of blue color, so it was interesting. And the process of putting the sides of the bluebell together was quite alright, and the fact that the bluebell itself had this three-dimensional shape, plus because of lots of wire put through the beads to connect the sides of this flower, the flower was strong. It was not easy to break it. Yeah, so it was not easy to break it. Yeah, so I was satisfied with this stuff, and finally I created three carnations. Each carnation was very small, so just 1 carnation was not enough to be added as the 3rd flower to the whole bouquet. So I made 3 carnations and put them as the third flower to 1 chamomile and to 1 bluebell. So in the end, the bouquet consisted of 3 flowers, and that was cool. Yeah, that was cool. And the whole thing that I had a scheme and I followed this scheme is good after all. Yeah, and I had a lot of fun doing this particular stuff, because it was interesting to put together the beads according to the scheme, and it was a cool experience to get the final result. And I believe that I can even create this stuff for myself, because it's a real handmade crafting. Again, I need a scheme, and now if I'm going to buy anything over this particular level, because there are toys made of beads which resemble dragons or different animals, insects, and I could find this scheme, but then I needed to buy the whole set of the beads, the wire, and this is the real hard thing to make. But when the scheme is already presented, it's not so hard to do this stuff. Well, the problem is that the beads are not so good. The quality of the beads is not very good, because they are the Chinese one. Lots of beads of yellow color were not divided. They were like connected, I'm not sure how it happened. Maybe they glued it together when the beads were created from the plastic. Maybe they were not just divided from some particular piece of plastic with the finished beads. But I must say, and lots of beads were like some were too small, some were too big, and even the manufacturer of this set gave the advice to alternate narrow and wide beads to keep the whole balance. Yeah, to keep the whole balance. Okay, so maybe it took me about 3 hours to create each flower. It took me, yeah, about 3 hours to, yeah, I could do the petals in an hour, but then I needed an hour to connect to them all, and then another hour to add the leaves. Maybe I should buy another set of beads which will contain four flowers, and then I will get a scheme which I can use in the future to create these flowers of different colors. If I buy the normal check from Czech Republic, made in Czech Republic, if I buy the normal Czech beads, then I can create these flowers using these colors, using these beads. Yeah, it will be right, just some particular, it won't be like, like some unique statue made of beads in which I put lots of emotions, efforts, hours, and which I can't repeat. This will be the repeatable stuff, and in a month, doing 1 hour a week, I can create one flower. So it can be a good thing after all. Why not? And while I do these flowers, I can listen to seminars, so that's a good thing as well. Anyway, now I'm going to talk just about. Now I'm going to talk about the beta testers' stories, and another story I want to retell in English, although the story is written in Russian, is the star Convoy. So the story goes like this. Maybe I will succeed to go with the direct speech. Maybe I'll just go with the facts as they do in encyclopedia while describing the plot of the movie or of the book. Anyway, let's go. So Macmed, Xenobyte and Macmed were testing one particular game where they had to find the bug, and then report and then made the report of this bug to the developers. This was their paid job because they were the beta testers, which means they had to find as much bugs as possible and report them to developers before the game was published. Before the game was put in the production and published. Anyway, what we have here. Yeah, so Macmed ran out of some giant monster. Macmed was inside of the game, and he ran out of one giant monster, some combination of, I don't know, salamander and anything else. Anyway, he ran out of the monster in the opening, then he ran into the cave. The monster was able to get into the cave. Macmed ran deep into the cave until he hit the dead end, And at that moment, the monster had the beak as I don't know, some bird, so it was going to kill Machmed by piercing his eyes with this beak. So he almost shot the monster with his gun, which he machine gun, which he held in his hands all the time. But Xenobite cried, "Don't shoot Machmed, I just need to..." Okay, only 32 addresses are left to check. 16, 80, and when the monster was ready to kill Machmed, he pressed some mechanism on his machine gun, but at that moment, Xenobite cried no, because he was afraid that all his job of checking the addresses for the bug would be wasted. But at that moment, he finally reached the last address, and it was the address in the memory which caused the bug in the game. So Machmed wasn't able, had no time. Okay, Machmed had no time to kill the monster, but the game stopped because the program addressed the wrong address, and it was some, I don't know this word, this accidental stopping of the game, like accident. The game was stopped by the crash, and Machmed returned back to the reality, to the specific special chair where he sat in his virtual reality costume. Xenobite was happy that they found the necessary bug, and now he could write the report to the developers. Banzai somehow observed this process from outside the game, but I don't think that he took an active part in this process in general. Anyway, when three of them finished the game, Vnuchka came to the office. Vnuchka came to the office, and she wanted to suggest a game, but Xenobite said at once, "No." "Why no?" asked Vnuchka. "No," repeated Xenobite. "But I didn't even tell you the name of the game," said Vnuchka in surprise. "No," repeated Xenobite one more time. He turned away from his monitor, put on his nose his black glasses, and started to smoke his pipe. "First of all, we have Yeah, first of all, we are not. Okay, first of all, you always came here just to present us new games from your boss Polikarpych, and recently Polikarpych suggested such a game that it's really hard to pass in when we are as the whole team. But right now, there are only 3 of us. Vnuchka turned about and she saw that there were no Melissa or Mahmoud. Where are they? Asked Vnuchka. Well, now Melissa took her holiday and she went for boating in Altai. In winter? Vnuchka asked. It's not a problem. We gave her a present of this stuff like the X for the ice. So she will be alright. And Mahmoud went to his trainer in this martial arts, and then to visit his beloved his beloved grandmother. Right now we just have a letter from him, like 2-1, I'm winning. And I am going, and Xenobite continued, I'm going to work on our game, which we are testing right now because it's our business. So the time to publish the report almost came, so I'm completely busy. And Machmed will be unable to... Okay. Yeah. With that, Vnuchka addressed Banzai. Okay, no. Xenobite continued that, well, Machmed won't go into the game for the next month, maybe. Why? Asked Vnuchka. Well, because he was in the game just now, and the game crashed while addressing invalid address, the invalid address. So he was kind of removed from the game by the crashing of the game. And and what? Asked Vnuchka impatiently. Well, have you ever was disconnected from the game while crashing? No, she said. Well, continued Xenobite, I assure you that the feelings are completely unpleasant because this Samara Soft or whatever company produced this game knows how to make this unpleasant feeling, and each time, for each crash, for each game, the feelings are completely different. Well, said Vnuchka, then I'll just go with what? Banzai. I'm not sure about whether it's from this story or from some other story, but Banzai could ask something like, "But I thought, I hope that you came here to visit me, to visit an old man, the old man, but you just came here to give us a game that Polikarpych had given to you. But, said Vnuchka, I sent the cards for the new year to every one of you, and I was busy writing my own reports for the magazine, so I could not visit you earlier, and it was February, I believe. Anyway, she said, we can go just with Banzai. Xenobite answered, I don't think so, because Banzai is more the analyst, so he's not into the playing the game on his own. But again, said Nuchka, you don't know what this game is. And what is it? Well, it's the Star Convoy 4. With after that, the old analyst jumped off his chair and started to run about the office with some cries like, "Prepare the cannons!" I command to to start the Star Flyers. What happened? What happened to our old analyst? Yeah. What happened to our old analyst? Asked Xenobite. He was quite a strong old man, but I believe this is it. The age had finally came, and he became mad. But I knew that he would react this way. Vnuchka said, "Okay." Said Xenobite with some menace. Tell me what this all fuss is about. So Banzai finally sat in his chair and he gave the can of beer to Macmed, who asked for beer for all this time, during all this time. And finally, Banzai told Xenobite what was this legendary game about. So, what's next? What is next? Okay, Banzai started his story. Well, Xenobite, I didn't think you are so unsocial person, because this Star Convoy was one of the first games published in the virtual reality, and it was this strategy in Cosmos, and the first game was a 100% hit, and it gathered lots of fans, and then the manufacturer, the company, published the second Star Convoy, and it had the same massive success as the first part. And then there was the third part, and it was even more successful than the first two parts. And after that, it was a long time of silence, and now finally the publishers produced the fourth part without any advertisements, without any teasers, just put it to the shops. And and I believe that I should play this game, and I should write a report on it. Well, of course, the report will be written by Vnuchka, but I will be the one who will command the army, the bots through this game. I just need Mehmed as a shooter in this game. No chance. They heard a voice near the door. I quit this virtual gaming, said Mehmed, and I am going to the monastery. I'm going to become a Buddhist. With this, he shut the door and left the office. Banzai was frustrated, was sad that they lost the sniper, but then he he set his back straight, and he commanded with the madness in his eyes. He commanded Vnuchka that they together will go into the game, and he commanded Vnuchka, be ready, Vnuchka, we're going into this game together, and we'll finish this game, we'll play this game to the end, no matter what. Okay, so they sat into the chairs, they put on their costumes, and they loaded the game. Xenobite returned back to his computer and continued to create the report on the bug of the game, which they played in the beginning of the story. Anyway, sometime later, there was a part of the story which showed how Banzai commanded the bots, and how Vnuchka tried to help him to establish the control over the bots who didn't want to work correctly to perform the commands and other stuff. And it's not very interesting dialogue, but then Banzai saw a person in a black costume. Who are you? Asked Banzai. Well, it's me. said Xenobite, who started to play this game. How did you get into the game? Well, I just installed the client on my computer and connected to your session as any free bot on your ship. Banzai said, I don't remember, was confused. I don't remember the bots in black suits on my ship. Of course, said Xenobite, because they are from the department of the security of the ship. And during the last 3 missions, they sat quietly in their whatever it is, in their rooms, and they waited for the commands, but the captain never gave them any commands. Okay, Banzai complained, do you see this some guy of his team, of his crew? He didn't want to perform his tasks like it was necessary. Okay, can you walk this guy to some place and walk him back, because he will for sure become drunk again. Well, answered Xenobite, to control the bots of being drunk. Yeah, to stop bots from being drunk. This is the current task for the security team. So you should understand the commands and try to give them the correct orders. But what's your impression about the game? Well, the game is really cool. It's a real simulator of the computer cruiser, of the Star Cruiser, said Banzai. But the ship is enormous and it's hard. It takes lots of time just to run from the main room where the captain is, then to the some other departments to command the boats, or to the this star flyer to pilot it and then return back. Why didn't they put all the functions into just one panel? Asked Xenobite. You don't understand anything, Xen, said Banzai. It's a real simulation of the real ship, so everything should be the way it is now. Well, said Xenobite, now I'm going to return back to our report. I'll just connect it here for a minute, and we have a job to do, and I wish you luck. So the next morning, when Xenobite returned into the office, he found Vnuchka sleeping on the keyboard in front of her monitor, and Banzai was still in the game. Then Xenobite heard some noises and crash through the speakers, and Xenobite disconnected from the game and get out of his chair. Were you here all the night? Asked Xenobite. Yeah, as in our good old times, said Banzai. but then he said that but my lower back pains now. I'm not as young and healthy as I was before. Then he came to the coffee machine and wake up, Vnuchka, he ordered to Vnuchka, and she came to the coffee machine as well, and they both started to look at it. Xenobai Xenobai just sat on at his computer and continued to do his report. And sometime later, somehow Banzai was able to command this ship and other ships and the crew, and Vnuchka ran all over the ship and made her video report on the game, and she tried to help Banzai performing some of the tasks. And at that moment there came a girl in the costume of the Captain Helper, I don't know, and she said to Xenobyte, she said to Banzai, "Hello, the old man. How do you do? How are you?" Xenobyte, okay. Banzai said, "Is it you, helper or steward? Something has changed in you. Did you shave yourself?" "Step out of it," said Melissa. You lost your mind completely in this game. And you, so-called friend," she addressed Vnuchka, "didn't wait for me to play this game together." "But," apologized Vnuchka, "we have only several days before the publishing of the next issue of the magazine, so we couldn't wait for you." "Don't you know," asked Banzai asked Melissa, "why all these bots are so dumb and they don't want to follow my orders?" Melissa checked the logs of the previous missions of the bots, and she said that, "Well, you just have only 5 people on your ship have more than 5 flies on the star flies against the enemies. All the other are just like rookies, because you completely killed, lost your full crew in the first mission, and then when you piloted your first ship, then when you moved to the bigger ship, you lost your crew twice, and now you have only 5 people who have more than 3 flights, and other are these rookies. So it's better for you to start the game from the beginning, because it was just a luck that you reached this stage of the game. Vnuchka said, but we don't have time to replay this game. Maybe we should just put off this report till the next the issue of the next month. No, argued Banzai. We will continue this game and we will win it. At that moment, there was the attack from somewhere, and the whole ship was trembling. Then Banzai checked the radars and he saw that the enemy ship or enemy airplanes, starplanes, were shooting at his ship. Then he said, okay, if we're going to die anyway, then let's do it in a style. I'm going to pilot our star planes myself, and when I'll die, we'll disconnect and talk in the reality, okay? So yeah, so said Melissa, do you want to fly? Do you want to do your favorite part? Fly to command the star flyers, like always. Okay, Vnuchka, let's do this. And Melissa prepared to do the report. So, hello, I'm Melissa, and now we are playing this game, and our captain is going to fly to command the set of the star flyers against the enemies. Okay, what can you do? What can you say to us, Captain? Okay, it will be hard, but we will succeed, answered Banzai. Okay, said Melissa. Now, Vnuchka, follow him to the starflyers and make the recording as he getting inside his flyer and then going out of the ship. And now I'll just continue and I'll just support you from here. And another part of the story is about the dialogue in the reality when Vnuchka said, Banzai, it was wonderful, it was amazing. Your team of starflyers almost alone defeated these enemy forces. Like, I don't know how many planes, but you killed almost 20 planes. Yeah, Banzai was proud of himself. When I was young, I could do even more than this. Yeah, you're right, said Melissa from the side. Oh, Melissa, it was really convenient from you to do this fire shooting at the enemy big ship, and your maneuvers of our main ship was really appreciated. Yeah, without you we would have been unable to live through this attack, said Banzai to Melissa. And with the help of Melissa, when And when Melissa joined the game, the business of the players went better. Banzai commanded the flight his plane and commanded his warriors or pilots, and together they successfully killed the enemy forces, and all the economics and commandment over the crew on the ship and the support during the battles was performed by Melissa, and Vnuchka just ran from Melissa and to Banzai and recorded all what happened in the game. And with this, they managed to continue the game from the state which was very bad which had been very bad when Melissa came into the game for the first time. And I believe this is just the first part of the story, but I think that's enough for today, and I'm going to finish it next time. Maybe finish it, maybe I'll start with the other stories of beta tests, of the beta testers. Anyway, this is it. I liked this practice of retelling the story not only with the reported speech, like from the third person, but really talking in dialogues is a really interesting practice. Anyway, this is the end of my video 94. Yeah, and I'll continue my talking next time.